Hello and welcome to another Rambling review from Adventures in TV Land. For this Rambling review, we're going to talk about Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Now, I will say, I do not like the title of this movie, but they make it fit because the title is in a reference to one of the worst comic books of all time. Anyway, Spider-Man Brand New Day takes place about 4 years after Spider-Man No Way Home took place. And in real life, it has been 5 years since that other movie came out. So time-wise, it's followed relatively the same trajectory in real life. But Peter Parker, at the end of that last movie, Doctor Strange performed a spell in which everyone who knew Peter Parker would forget that he ever existed. Their memories of him would be wiped. No one would know who he was. And the spell was successful. And so, grand sacrifice that Peter did on behalf of saving not only the world, but the universe, as well as those who he loved who were left still alive. The movie ended on a bit of a hopeful note, with Peter in his apartment sewing a new suit and jumping out the window and off to a new adventure. In this film, 4 years later, he's not Peter, but Spider-Man is now like a hero of New York City. Everyone loves him. This past 4 years, he has cut down on the crime in the city. He's adored by everyone, everywhere. But there's a new menace. There's someone going around basically mind jumping from one person to the other and taking control of their bodies and making them do things that, possessing them basically. And Peter is the only one that this entity does not seem capable of being able to do this to. And he also is able to kind of sense what is going on with that individual when they do this. And so he's brought in by the government agency, Damage Control, to hunt down and find out what's going on and see if he can figure out who this person actually is that's behind all of this. In the meantime, in Peter's own life, he's going through a lot of emotional toil, and his best friend and his former girlfriend, MJ, and Ned, they graduate from MIT and they return to New York City, and he becomes reacquainted with them, and it causes some emotional turmoil in his life, which feeds into the loneliness that he has been feeling and causes his spider powers to rapidly evolve. And so Peter has to juggle these newfound abilities and everything going on with his emotions, and along with trying to figure out what this invisible entity, what's going on with that. That is the general plot line of Spider-Man Brand New Day without giving any spoilers. You're warned this is not going to be a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to talk about the movie too much, but there will be some spoilers discussed. This is your warning. Warning, warning, warning. Danger, Will Robinson, if you don't want to hear spoilers. Danger. 3, 2, 1. All right, so of course, the worst kept secret in movie history is that the villain, the entity in this movie that's causing so much damage, is Jean Grey from the X-Men. Her sister has been kidnapped, and she is on a mission to free her and rescue her from the government. You've got some really cool things that happen in this movie, especially between the Punisher and Spider-Man. There's a really cool battle between Spider-Man and the Hulk. That'll probably be, for kids and grown-ups, they'll be talking about that decades from now, that battle sequence, even though it's a very small sequence, but it's very well done and how it transpires, and people will be talking about that for a long time. This movie, Tom Holland's Peter Parker / Spider-Man, truly becomes Spider-Man. He's not the boy anymore. He's truly a man, and he's dealing with very adult emotions and with very, very adult feelings, trying to find his place in the world and to live up to what his Aunt May wanted him and taught him to live, and the lessons she taught him. Peter, for the most part, he's on his own here, and I say for the most part. There's all those other people that were mentioned, but Peter, Tom Holland, he kills it in this movie. The director, the action sequences are probably the best in any Spider-Man movie, including Spider-Man 2. That film, I mean, Sam Raimi, they did some amazing things, but I mean, the technology and film, how you can make film has changed so much since then, and they took full advantage of that in this movie. The fighting sequences are the best in any Spider-Man movie, hands down. With that said, they don't go on very long. They're more like these little short bursts that happen throughout the film, which, I mean, kind of fits with Spider-Man, but there's not these long, drawn-out battles that you get sometimes in some other movies and happen in the past. I was surprised, in all honesty, how emotionally connected I was with this movie. It really touched me on a lot of levels. I actually got kind of weepy at certain points. They tie things into the previous movie, actually the previous 3 MCU Spider-Man movies really well. And, this is a character, it's come full circle, full-fledged, and I don't know, it's really good. It's a really good Spider-Man movie. It's a really good comic movie. It's a great comic book movie. It's a great Spider-Man movie. But it may not be a great movie overall. The only thing that holds it back, really, is how they deal with Jean Grey and that whole storyline. That is the weakest part of the movie, in all honesty. That's not very well developed. It's the least developed of everything that happens in the movie. How they kind of force her character in. And then her character, for what her character does, there's no ramifications for what she does. It's kind of like at the end of WandaVision, Wanda Maximoff walking off into the sunset after what she did with no punishment, nothing to, she just walks off without any punishment whatsoever. So she doesn't pay for the sins she committed. There are some other minor things. I'm not going to go into detail with those. It's a really good movie overall. I mean, kids to probably, older people even, they will enjoy this movie. It is a great Spider-Man movie. It is a great comic book movie. And there's a reason it's kicking butt at the box office. I mean, it's Spider-Man. This is the closest. It's not completely, because he's not completely by himself, because they have all the... I don't know why they can't just make a Spider-Man movie and let Spider-Man be Spider-Man. But for the majority of this movie, they let Spider-Man be Spider-Man, and that's why the movie is so good. And it hits a lot of notes, resonates very well. It's got some emotional depth to it, and I highly recommend it. I give this movie on a scale, an A to F scale, a grading scale like that. I give this movie an A-. I will give this film an A- because of the minor things involved with the whole Jean Grey storyline that take away from the overall film. And you're kind of almost, you're dealing with like 2 movies in one, which can be a little bit frustrating at times. And so if they had been able to tighten things up a little bit, cut out some of the extra fluff, this movie would have been a solid A movie. But it's an A-. It's an A- movie, which means it's a good movie to go see. It's probably, so far, as on all honesty, is one of the best movies of the year that's out there. And I highly recommend it. Go see a hero movie. It's not the Odyssey. This isn't like the Odyssey that's out there right now. They took Christopher Nolan took a hero and made him into a kind of a pathetic wimp. That's not the case here. They made Spider-Man into the hero that he really is. And if you haven't seen the film, if you're going to only see one movie this year, this is the movie to go see. This has been another Rambling review from Adventures in TV Land. Until next time, that's a wrap.